Welcome to day 3 of our 30 Days Mindfulness Challenge. Now, you've been doing great. You have really been putting in the work, participating in your own goals and your purposeful driven life. So, we just don't take full-on action 24/7 in order to reach our goals. We have to go through a process. And in the spiritual community, what I have witnessed year after year breaks my heart. And I want to help it. I want to help everyone that is doing it make a little couple of changes. Because what's happening is there's a humongous lack of hustle, of action, of grit. And there's a tremendous amount, not in all cases, but in many, there's a tremendous amount of I'm just going to let go and let God. I'm just going to see what happens. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Just a lot of passive giving up. And I say that with all respect, but here it is. In the process of reaching your goal, and we really want you to obtain a goal, mark and make a milestone moment by the time this challenge is complete. In order to do that, you have to follow a process. Is it the same process every time? Not quite, but kinda. Let me explain. You have to go in and be mindfully aware of how your human is feeling. And just as one of our spiritual superstars commented, I think on day 1, Nicole said her human was not on board. Her human was not ready to trust, had been in situations that her human just broke, just doesn't trust. And in order for our goals to be met and for us to really succeed and really reach that station in life that we really want, we have to have our human on board. We have to be vulnerable, and we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to meet our own human where we're at, and we have to meet everyone else where they're at, and we have to request and expect that the universe is meeting us where we're at, and we go from there. But we go relentlessly. We focus on our goals relentlessly. We are driven relentlessly. There is no giving up, because this third dimensional life is much too short, and we must reach our goals. And so instead of situations where we have said, well, things didn't work out, I guess it wasn't meant to be. In this 30-day mindfulness challenge, I want to help you see where sometimes you have just given up and used that as an excuse. Let me give you an example. I think we've all done it. I know I have. I have certainly done that, and I have certainly done it differently. And I can tell you that when I've done it differently, it worked in my benefit. I remember years and years and years ago, I think I was in my 20s, I applied for a position within the same company. It was certainly more money. It would be a promotion, and I didn't get it. And I wanted it, I desired it, but I didn't get it. And I said, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. But you know what I did? I applied for a position that I didn't qualify for. I did not qualify. So what in the world made me think I was going to get it? Was I just going to will it into existence without doing the work? No, but that's exactly the action that I took. So when I didn't get the job, I said, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be, and I'll just stay at this job. I'll just stay and doing what I'm doing. And I hated what I was doing. I wanted desperately to have something different, and I really wanted that position. So I did have that pity party, and then Spirit talked to me one day and said, Nikki, you need to get certified. You need to get Six Sigma certified. And so I did. And I reapplied for that position. And I got it. It was still open. I got it. And I got a nice increase, a raise. And it was a great position for me to have at that time, and I enjoyed it. I didn't give up. But first I did. Then, once I realized there was something else that I needed to have in order to land that job, I got serious. I got more grit. And I was determined to succeed and not give up and not make an excuse and say, well, I guess it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for the Nicole that I was when I first applied. It was for the Nicole that I became. And I want you to really see that difference. I went after it with the same desire, the same want. My will was strong, but I took action. My human did the work, and she was full on board. So on day 3, today is the day where we get to really think about what it is we're going after. Could it be a husband, family, children? Could it be security in your own business? Could it be a promotion at your job? A new job, maybe? Could it be excellent health? Could it be the fact that you've been diagnosed with a chronic illness and you need to see the light at the end of the tunnel? You need your lab reports to ring just doves and happiness, and them not seeing that diagnosis on your labs. Could it be that you need to be that walking miracle? Is it true love? Is it self-love? Is it being able to feel worthy? Maybe it is just being happy. Whatever your goal is, we're going to focus on that today. If it's financial increase, maybe it's legacy. Whatever it is, you're going to give it your all today. So I want you to think for a moment. What is it that you want most out of everything? When I ask that question, that should stump you. Even just for a second or two. Because often we will say, well, I want more money, or I want a family, I want children. And maybe the real answer is, I want happiness. I want peace. I want a smile that I wake up to every day. I want to not feel like I'm alone in this life. I don't want to die alone. I want companionship when it's cold outside. I want someone to come with me to events that I don't even want to go to. I want someone to come to medical appointments, be there when doctors say things that scare me. I want someone that I can lean on that has my back, who says I'm her or his best friend. I want to know my parents are safe, my children are safe, I'm safe. Whatever it is, there's a deeper meaning. So, here's the process that you're going to go through today. You need to get to your why. Why are you going to continue this 30-day mindfulness challenge to reach a goal that you desire? Excuse me. So let me just share with you one of my goals that I have for this 30-day mindfulness challenge and why it's so important to me. My goal for this mindfulness with you 30 days that we're going to be focused on our goal and being mindfully aware of our present, our feelings, is to be more consistent in one of my businesses. And it's not this business. And it's my health and wellness business. To be more consistent. And why is that so important to me? And this is what I want you to ask yourself. Why is that so important to you? And if you don't know what your goal is, then pause this video. And I want you to just consider, what do you want to obtain within 30 days? And it's very important that you're realistic. And you know you. And if you have been blowing off life up to this point, then be consistent and really come up with a goal that is reasonable for you, that is timed for now 27 days, okay? And so it's not going to be, well, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, what do you need to do within 30 days? Maybe it's that you need to have applied for your EIN, you're done in Bradstreet, you need to have your platform set up, you need to have your business outlined within 30 days. You need to have started coaching with me and Coach Darian. Maybe it's relationship, and you need to understand what you need to heal from before you can even have a healthy relationship, before you can be understood and received by someone else. So be realistic. So pause this video and think about your goal, and then just come back. Remember, each small goal added up reaches your desired outcome. So don't be afraid to break it down right now. Okay, now that you're back, and really, if you haven't done the work up to this point, pause the video, please. Don't do this to yourself. You deserve so much more. Pause the video and come back. And just make it that promise to your human. Promise your human. Promise yourself. You are the soul within your human. That you're going to do the work. You're going to do the work because your human agreed to bring you here, to listen to this video. And that is respect. That's agreement. That means that your human is on board. And you've got to respect that. You must not, you cannot abuse or take your human for granted and just come here, listen, and don't let your human do the work. Your human is action oriented. So give your human that, okay? All right, so now that you have gotten your goal, I want you to write it in your journal. By the end of our 30-day challenge, I will have been consistent in my health and wellness business. That's what I'm putting in my journal. Now, here's my why. Why is that so important? It is important to me because I haven't been consistent and I have been battling depression, missing my mother, and I share our wellness store because I don't want anything like that happened to my mother. I don't want what happened to her to happen to anyone. And I made a promise to her to continue sharing with everybody, especially women. And why is that important? Because I'm a woman, she's a woman, and we had no idea what the bleach and Lysol and Fabuloso and Mr. Clean and Pine Sol and all of that was really doing to her human over the years. We had no idea about the 20-year lung study. We didn't know that even though the hazardous labels are on there, that we don't have to jeopardize our health or our family's health to have a clean, disinfected home. It matters to me. People matter to me. You matter to me. And why is that important? Because if I don't do that, I'm being disobedient. I'm disrespecting and dishonoring my mother's name. I am being disobedient to God. And why is that important to me? Because that's my life. That's my salvation. That affects my children, their children. That's legacy. That's everything. I will be disrespecting our ancestors. My mother is my closest ancestor. I have to be consistent. I have to do better for them and for those that God assigned to me that I don't even know yet. I don't even know who they are yet. People are waiting for me to share our wellness store. I love everything about our wellness store. Every product I love, they changed our lives. And if I'm not consistent, how will I do that? How will I show up for everyone, including myself, including the people I don't even know yet, including my legacy that I have no clue of who they are? How will I help? How will I be doing my part? So that's my why. This life is too short for me not to give it my all. And you all are important to me. Your health matters to me. So I want you to go hard on that. If you start crying, that means you're doing it right. So if you haven't done that, pause and just go back and write in your journal what your goal is and why. That's very important. You're going to need to go back to that and you need to see it, but you need to show your human even more so. Your human is going to need to see with your human's eyes why they are doing this challenge, why they're showing up. it's going to be very important. So make sure you're doing that. That is a part of doing the work. That is a part of taking the action. Okay? Now here's the thing. Many of us journal, but we don't ever go back to the journal and use it as a guide for our own life. When we journal, we write the vision, we make it plain. Because he who reads it runs to it, right? We run with it. We make it happen, right? So if you're not writing it down and you're not taking action on what you wrote down, then what are you doing? Faith without works. You have given up in that instance. You will have said, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. There's so many ways that we can give up. So this challenge is here for you not to give up. I'm doing the work and I need you to do the work with me. I need you to hold me accountable too. So comment down below what your goal is. What are we all standing together to see happen? And this isn't about any guilt. This isn't about, well, you need to do better and you need to, and getting on somebody. This isn't that. This is all about accountability for ourselves and each other. This is all about togetherness, networking, networking, networking. It's support, it's love. Okay, and we have to have that in order to reach our goals. No one successful has become successful on their own. No one. They either have a mentor, a coach, a team, and what I have learned is the most successful have many mentors. They have that one that started them off and they gave all their respect to, and they did everything they said. They were humbled. They knew that this person was where they want to be. And they did everything that person said to do, and it worked for them. Okay? So I'm asking you to give this challenge your all. Give it your all. 30 days, that's it. It's not very long at all when you look at how old you are. 30 days out of your beautifully blessed life. If you reached your goal and then exceeded it far further, far greater, if you were more successful by the end of 30 days than you thought you would be, wouldn't it be worth it to take this 30 days mindfulness challenge for free and give it your absolute best effort? Wouldn't it be worth it? If you knocked it out the ballpark, if you totally blew your own mind with your results by the end of 30 days, wouldn't it be worth it to just do the work for 30 days? And it's free. This is a free challenge. So see it as this is an opportunity for me to truly be blessed by wisdom from somebody that has been there, done that, and won't ever be where I'm at again, because she has learned and now she is sharing that knowledge. All the many years that it took me to get to this position and to be wise enough to do it a certain way to succeed over the humps, the obstacles, the depression, the pain, the sadness, the bumps, and to repeat the same steps all the time. You've got this. You can do this. And I'm with you every step of the way. We do have some complete coaching circle seats left. If you are open, please reach out, contacting the business line. The number is 859 339 3459. I'll see you on day 4. You got this.